Ierest stands for Intercultural Education Resources for Erasmus students and their teachers. Ierest has two main objectives. The first one is developing an intercultural path. The second objective is creating the conditions for the Ierest target groups to benefit as much as possible from the intercultural path. The target groups are students, teachers, and higher education institutions in Europe. An intercultural path is a set of teaching modules to be provided to Erasmus students during their mobility experience.
The pre-departure module tries to help students to prepare for their mobility experience. First of all, by making them think about what it means to meet the other, to meet another person. With as few stereotypes as possible. So the first module gets them to consider why we stereotype and how we can avoid stereotyping. It also deals with the concept of multiple identities, the fact that just because somebody is French or German doesn't mean that they have a fixed culture, a fixed identity defined by that nationality. The second module, the While Abroad module, is more a sort of hands-on, practical kind of module, where the students are involved, for example, in volunteering abroad. One of the modules is about intercultural geography, so discovering the city and discovering areas of the city where they are that perhaps they wouldn't explore as students or as Erasmus students. Another activity analyzes the way that the new academic culture, the new academic context in which they find themselves can sometimes cause problems or frustrations simply because the students come with certain assumptions about what a university should be offering them or what learning is about. In the return module, we help students to consider things like how are they going to make the most of the experience that they've had abroad, also in terms of their future lives and their future employability, for example. But also how can they pass on some of that knowledge that they have acquired, some of that development, some of that learning that they have acquired abroad to students who are preparing to go abroad themselves.
The literature on study abroad and also some surveys, for example the one of the Erasmus Student Network, show that sometimes, quite often, Erasmus students feel to be alone in experiencing this huge novelty. Living abroad for the first time for most of them, coping with intercultural issues, with adaptation, emotionally and cognitively challenging issues.
What is innovative of this project is that it doesn't prepare students to go to a specific destination. It actually prepares students for mobility, for study abroad.
We adopt a non-essentialist paradigm in intercultural studies. It means trying to see people in their contradictions, in their multiplicity. Our students should develop an awareness of hybrid identities. We are using a methodology which combines theoretical lecturing with learning by doing methodology. So actually we ask students to do something, to make some projects, most of the time collaborative projects, and then we invite them to reflect on what they have been learning and have been doing in the light of the theory.